It's Friday night, which means it's time for a takeaway and talking shite. You better believe it. Right. Oh yes, Mandingos, welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, and thank you for joining me on another Friday night takeaway review ski. Today I'm making my way to the village of Easington Village, and we're going to a cafe. It's like a cafe bistro restaurant, but also do takeaways. It's called The Witch and Hare, which is a cool name, I think, for a cafe. It stood out and made me take a look at their menu, and for a cafe to do some really nice and fancy stuff. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get. I'm not quite sure what they'll have left. The time of day we're going there, it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so hopefully they've got some nice stuff left. I'll get a couple of things off the menu and we'll do some serious Borussia and Mönchengladbach, and I'll tell you legends exactly what I think about it. I think they used to have a 5-star, you know, like marks out of 5 with the local council on the food hygiene rating, but for whatever reason they've been marked down to a 2. That could be something just so simple like the paperwork or fridge temperatures. These council workers that go and check up, they can be so strict and so picky, and I've got no doubt in the next few weeks they'll be back up to a 4 or 5-star, because reading the reviews on Google, everyone is saying that the food is absolutely lovely jubbly. This Mandingo will be the judge of that, and yes, I will tell you exactly what I think about it. I'm 99% sure the food is going to be really nice. So yeah, I'm going to make my way now to Easington Village, and I'll bring you legends back when we get there to The Witch and Hare. You know it makes sense. Right, take 3. Here we are, folks. We've just parked up at Easington Village. The cafe bistro, The Witch and the Hare, is about a 30-yard walk up the road there. Mrs. Blott's going to join me. She's not joining on the take review. she's just going to stand in front of us, order the food, while I slide behind her with the old camaraderie. Then when we park up somewhere, Mrs. Blott's going to do a bit of camera work. My son Preston's here as well. He's going to have some food, but he's not joining in on the takeaway review either. But he'll tell me if he's enjoyed his food. I think they've got fish and chips on, so that's what my son's going to get. I think they've got like a fish finger sarnie on, so I'm guessing it's going to be some sort of like a posh fish finger sarnie, if you know what I'm talking about. So if they've got that on, I'm going to get that and something else. We'll have a look at the menu when we get in. In fact, Mrs. Blott's just going to randomly pick something for us. So, yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into this food when we get it. I'll bring you back when we're making our way into The Witch and the Hare. Ricicles. Come on then, Mandingos, let's go. Come on, Mrs. Blott, with a sexy bot. Get a wiggle on. As usual, guys, I haven't got permission to record. So, just before I go in, I'll put the camera down. You better believe I will. It's Mrs. Blott with a sexy bot. Right, put the camera down there, guys. I am, yeah. Alright.
Or you can get fries, which is like a big old board with German pepper balls, like fries, or the fish and chips. Which have you got fish and chips? Yeah. Are you want fish finger sandwiches or sandwich?
They want one fish and chips, one fish finger sandwich and chips.
Now that's all. I do know. Just that menu and the loaded fries.
So there we go, guys, that's the food ordered. Fish and chips for my son Preston. I've getting the fish finger sarnie and chips, and then Mrs. Blott ordered us salt and pepper squid, the old squiddly dingoes, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that, something a bit different. I get people complaining, yeah, I'm eating the same things all the time, so salt and pepper squid is definitely something a little bit different on the Blott Outdoor Show. Came to £22 altogether, so that's not really bad, is it? Not bad for a bit nice food from a decent looking, a really nice looking calf. So yeah, I'm going to get back in there because the food should be done in a few Winnie Mandelas. Then we're going to park up somewhere and we're going to dive right in. You better believe it. Mice. Oh yes, we've got the Scrandaniels, we've got the Jack Scraniels. Now me and Mrs. Blott are going to park up somewhere and get stuck right in. Right. So here we go, guys, let's have a quick look at the bait before I get stuck right in. This one here is the fish finger sarnie with chunky homemade chips. Oh yes, you can't beat chunky homemade chips, guys. There you go, 3 nice thick fish flingers. This will be the salt and pepper Squidward, and we've got a dip there as well. And this will be my son's fish and chips. Oh, I think he's going to enjoy that. My son Preston loves his chunky homemade style chips. He's obviously not doing the review, like I've already said, guys, but I'll give him a shout and he'll tell me how nice it is. And he's brutal, he will be honest. If he doesn't like it, he'll say it's shite. So yeah, Preston will definitely give you a guaranteed honest review. You know what makes sense, Mandingos. Now the lady came out and she asked us, do you want mushy peas with the fish? And my son doesn't like peas, he just likes it plain. And me and Mrs. Blott both said, no, just make it plain. And I think the lady must have thought we meant the fish finger sarnie as well, because I'm guessing the fish finger sarnie would have had like salad and mayo on as well. So that's down to us. I'm not going to mark them down for that score, guys. We should have been a bit clearer and said just make the fish and chips plain. But the salt and pepper squid has got a dip, so I'll pour some of that on the fish finger sarnie. You know what I'm talking about, Mandingos. Right, I'm going to get the camera set up. In fact, I'm not. Mrs. Blott's doing the camera work. When I bring you back, oh yes, I'll be doing some serious Borussia munching Gladbach. Ricicles. Oh yes, Mandingos. Here we go. Time to get stuck into this lovely looking food. I'm going to dive straight in to the fish finger sarnie. Right, got this mayo dip that's come with them, so we might as well get that on. The old flisheroonie. Get that on, guys, and we'll keep some for the squid as well. These is nice, chunky, proper fish fingers in a nice fresh bun, Dingo. Oh yes, something so simple can be so nice. And straight away I can tell them are quality fish fingers, not just like the shit ones we buy in the house, Bird's Eye or what have you.
Homemade, aren't they?
Like proper fish, properly battered. That mayo is nice and tasty as well. Very nice indeed, guys. Look at them chipperoonies. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That's what chips should be like. Oh yes, Mandingos. Still got a bit of skin on as well, which I like. Perfectly cooked all the way through. Nice and soft in the middle. Nice and well done as well. Nothing worse when you get your chips and they're not cooked through properly. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. So obviously you've seen the footage when I was in there, guys. It's a place you can sit inside. It's a proper little calf bistro. So what you're getting is, it's takeaway food, but it's like restaurant quality, if you know what I'm talking about. Very nice indeed. Oh, them chips are absolutely perfect. The Mondo Mandingos, as they say, in the deepest forests of the Congo. Right, now it's time to try the salt and pepper Squidward. First we'll have a little drink. Mrs. Blood's getting me this. She's trying to tell me something. It says on the side, got to chew. I know I'll get loads of you absolute legends of subscribers. They'll say, Mandingo, you need to chew your food a bit more. So, got to chew is on the side of the plop bottle. What the hell's in that?
You got to chew.
Oh, it's got bits of pineapple in. Bits of pineapple and mango. What's nice, that? Very nice indeed. Come on then, guys, let's crack on. We'll get the dip. Squidward rings, salt and peppered. Just reminds me of being on holiday in Tenerife or something like that. Nice. Them's nice, them. Mrs. Blott said she doesn't want to try these.
I've never tried them before.
I am telling you, you will enjoy them. Obviously, they look like an onion ring. They've got the batter or the breadcrumbs of the onion ring. They've got that fish taste.
Oh, my turn.
But just a little bit chewy. But that's not a complaint, they're supposed to be like that. Very nice indeed. Really tasty. Do you want to try one, Mrs. Block?
Oh, well then. Thank you.
Go on, get my ring in your mouth. Oh, matron. Bit dip on.
No, I'm not.
Go on, get a dip in. One more go. Just for the takeaway review. You can do it.
Everyone feeling good.
Like you're some lyrical genius.
Not for me.
Not for you? Well, I like them. So I'll crack on eating the rest of them.
I like the butter and the salt and pepper, but just not.
You're a little bit more fussy than what I am, aren't you?
It's a bit too chewy.
Well,
That mayonnaise sauce is lovely, isn't it? That's got to be homemade, that.
yeah, it doesn't taste like a meal you would get from a bottle that you bought from Asda or Sainsbury's. They've either made it themselves or it's a very good quality one that they've bought.
No, it's definitely homemade, that.
Yeah. Really, really nice, guys.
The butter and the salt and pepper is like nice, but I just don't like the chewiness of them.
Damn hard. One more left. Nothing better than a buttered ring piece in your mouth. Oh.
Right. I will try your chip. They look beautiful, them.
So, one Mrs. Block, you try a few homemade chipperoonies. And try that fish finger sarnie, you know.
I know.
Quality chips, aren't they?
Good quality. They're nice,
Something so simple as chips. People say, what's the big deal about chips, Mandingo? If the chips are shite, the rest of the food's probably going to be shite. And them are lovely chips.
Oh, that is nice, that.
So what do you think about the fish finger sarnie?
Beautiful.
Good quality, isn't it? Good quality.
Oh, that does taste nice, that.
I know we all make, I don't know if you do, but I do. When I'm in the house and you just want something quickly making a nice snack, I often make a fish finger sarnie. But that's a better quality fish finger sarnie compared to what I make in the house. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You better believe it, Mandingos. Get some of them homemade chips rammed in there. Oh yes. Now that is a sandwich for the gods.
Down the hatch. And Mr. Blot is some good. Right.
Oh yes.
Not greasy. Just perfect, isn't it?
Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And they do all sorts, guys. We've got a full tapas menu. If you're there in the morning, we do full English breakfast, breakfast butties.
But I think the fish and chips and the fish finger sandwich was on the special board, wasn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
They also do omelettes and all sorts. They do all sorts, guys. And going off this, I'm guessing the rest of the food is going to be top quality.
That's beautiful. The only thing is I don't like squid. So that's the only reason. But the butter on it and the salt and pepper just goes nice.
Yep. 2 seconds, Mandingos. Preston, how's the fish and chips? Good? Really good or just good? He says it's good, so there you go, guys.
And
Preston's very strict. He's very brutal and down to the point. If he doesn't like something, he'll
tell
just
ya.
say it's shit, and he says it's good. So if Preston says it's good, it's good. And I'm saying what I've had is really good. So guys, time to wrap this up and work out the old score dingoes, mandingos. Now, value for money. Some people might say £22 for that was expensive. Well, I don't think it was, because you're getting like restaurant standard, good restaurant quality food to take away. So if you just want a nice treat, I think that's a decent price. Portion size, decent, yeah. It wasn't massive, it wasn't tiny. There's certainly enough there for me. I've got a few chips left and I'm nearly full. Mrs. Block can have them if she wants. What did I say? Oh, food quality. Need I say any more? The food quality has been absolutely tremendous. Preston says it's good.
And that's good.
Yeah. I'm going to give it really, really good 9.3 out of 10 dingo mandingos. Oh yes, a 9.3, and that is a fantastic score. You guys know it's not very often I give a 10 something that's going to blow my mind and be absolutely unbelievable for a 10, but a 9.3 is a fantastic score. So there you go, mandingos. That's the end of this week's takeaway review. There's a few homemade chips left for Mrs. Blott with a sexy bot. Join me back outside my house in the back of the Blockmobile, where we're going to talk some shite and we're going to do a world famous Wasky review. Oh yes, you know it makes sense. Rights. Oh yes, my fan sexualities. Hope you enjoyed that dodgy takeaway review ski, and thank you for joining me in the back of the Blockmobile. I've just got my shorts and t-shirt on. I've been taking Messi for a walk. Not a long walk. Messi can't do the walks that he used to do. Wasky review coming in a few seconds. I've got a quality one here, which I will tell you about in a Winnie Mandela. But yeah, to answer a question about Messi, when I was away on holiday last week with Mrs. Blott and my son Preston, we had our other 3 dogs, the 3 plugs. Dennis is the dad. He's like 3.5 years old now, and his 2 sons, Denzel and Ernest Shackleton, Ernie for short, yeah. And loads of people were saying, where's Messi? I hope he's okay. Is poor Messi alright? And stuff like that. So Messi was stopping at my parents' house. Sometimes my mate comes and watches our house, so he'll stop with him, or he'll go to my parents' house. Messi can't do the walking that he used to do before. I know I took him on a wild camp a couple of weeks ago, but it was only about a 35-minute, 40-minute walk to the top, and I carried him half the way. He's as light as feather. As light as a feather. That's what I'm trying to say, Mandingos. Yeah, the poor little bugger's knackered now. He's 12, over 12, which is very old for a tiny little dog like that. He's still okay. He's still, he still likes to go for a walk just round the streets. But when we go to the lakes, me, Mrs. Blott and my son, we're out for hours on end every day. We're not the type just to sit around the lodge all day long. We like to go out, and we could be hiking up some hills. No major hikes, Mrs. Blott and my son. I don't take them up the mountains, but we go up like some hills and we walking round, even just walking round a village. We might have a day out at Coniston or Windermere, and you can be walking around for a few hours. And it's a little bit too much for little Messi, the little dog dingo now. So he's quite happy staying at home with his feet up, having a few waskies. You better believe it, guys. The 3 pugs we've got, they're crazy. They're full of energy, and yeah, there's no way on earth Messi would be able to keep up with them, and it would be cruel to try and push him that far. So yeah, Messi's long hikes are well behind him, but I will still take him out on a couple of wild camps here and there. Like what I did last time, I'll pick somewhere that's not too far, and if I've got to carry them, and it's not too far for me to carry him as well. Because although he's light, when you've got the heavy backpack on your old macaroni, just that extra weight of carrying the dog, get you absolutely buggered, if you know what I'm talking about. Right, so that's that answered, guys, about Messi. What else am I going to talk about? Oh, hi. This is just for a bit light-hearted crack, guys. Like I always say, nothing serious on the Blot Outdoor Show, and any negatives will turn into a positive by having a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke about things. Well, my last 2 camping videos, they've gone down a storm, they've gone really well, but what you find is when you have a video that does really well, and like loads of people love it, and everyone's laughing and joking, and they're telling you how great they've enjoyed it, that also brings the ugly side to it. The more people that seem to enjoy video, you also get the flip side, where you get, it's only like a small minority, only like a tiny fraction of people, but it brings out the worst in people as well. So the first one I done was the stealth camping in someone's front garden. Now, I chose that property on purpose because it was like private gardens at the front. It was like a long terrace. You'll have watched the video, guys. We're just having a bit crack here. It was like a long row, like of terraced houses, like old Victorian houses. I'm guessing there was like 10 or 12, something like that. So there weren't individual gardens at the front. At the back, they've all got their own individual backyard. If you know what I'm talking about, Mandingos. But the front was just one long communal garden. Am I saying that right? Communal? Do you know what I mean? So I chose that because I'm not exactly just jumping into someone's private garden. But obviously, the house where I was camping next to, that'll be their garden at the front. But I go in the bushes. I didn't have a papadon preach. No, I wasn't in trouble deep, guys, so I didn't leave a chocolate log. You better believe I didn't. Nothing disgusting like that. Obviously, I had to get a quick pee in the bushes now and again. But I mean, come on, it's hardly the crime of the century. But the thing is, loads of people were giving a shit, which I don't mind. You know, if you're taking all the praise, you've got to be prepared to take the rough with the smooth. And well, people just lose their heads, don't they? They go crazy, and you get called a disgrace, and I cannot repeat some of the things that were said because I cannot talk like that on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? But all I can say is you're tuning in to watch a stealth camping channel. Now, I'm obviously going to be doing things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what other way can I explain it? It's like tuning in to watch someone doing motor repairs and then complaining that they're getting oil all over the clothes. Do you know what I mean, guys? I'm running a stealth camping channel. Sometimes I've got to do things a little bit dodgy. I've got to push things to the limit. You know, I've got to camp on a roundabout. Yes, a car could go over the top and crash into us. Well, that's my problem if that happens. You know, if I'm camping behind a police station, obviously the police don't like you hanging around their workplace with cameras. Definitely when I've camped around the back of the police station a couple of times, lifting a camera up above the wall. I shouldn't be doing shit like that. But I'm running a stealth camping channel, so all I can say is, if it's really bugging you that much, and I'm not talking about you legends watching now, you know, you're the hardcore of the Blot Outdoors fans. I'm talking about the people that get themselves that offended and that upset. They've got to leave like a shitty arse comment complaining about what I'm doing. If it's bothering you that much, guys, like, switch it off. You know, maybe go and watch another camping channel that's a bit more chilled out than mine. I mean, my channel is chilled out, isn't it? We like to have a good laugh and a good bit of banter, and I think that's what works. So yeah, I don't want to piss anyone off. I don't want to upset anyone and offend anyone. But I'm stealth camping, and if you tune into a stealth camping channel, you've got to be prepared to watch us stealth camping. Do you know what I mean, guys? Yeah, so what was my last video I did? Oh yes, how can I forget? Wild camping with Gareth Southgate, the now former England manager. So many people getting the knickers in a twist over this one, guys. You're an absolute disgrace. You tricked me. People saying I'm trolling them. You've trolled us. Hold on. How have I trolled anyone? If you're trolling someone, I've got to be like, surely if I'm trolling someone, I've got to be like directly contacting that person and trolling them. Is that not how it works? I'm not up to date with all this shite. Do you know what I mean? But look, I'm not the BBC or Sky TV or ITV. I'm not trying to be totally politically correct. Obviously, I've got to keep within the boundaries of YouTube so I don't get Antonio Bandingoed, if you know what I'm talking about, Mandingos. But I'm just a guy with my phone in my hand recording on a cheap and nasty selfie stick, and I record my adventures when I go out, and I like to add a little bit of comedy now and again. I like to have a little bit of a laugh. And you guys know that kind of what separates me from the other camping channels. It's probably what's making the channel do well. So if, let's say, for example, over the course of the next few months, if that video gets 50, 60, 70,000, 100,000 views, and if there's 10, 15, 20 people got the knickers in a twist, that's just the way it goes, guys. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing and what you guys enjoy watching because a few people are pissed off with us because they've genuinely believed that I'm camping with Gareth Southgate, getting called clickbait and all that shite. The thumbnail of the video is me standing next to a cardboard cutout of Gareth Southgate on top of a mountain, and he's got his suit on, and you can clearly see it's not a person, it's a cardboard cutout with a suit. So it's hardly clickbait. You can see on the thumbnail that it's just a cardboard cutout of Gareth Southgate, and it's just a bit of a laugh, it's a bit of a banter, it's a bit crack on with you legends. So for the people that are taking it serious and getting the little bums hurt, well, I shouldn't even say sorry, but you know, I don't want to piss anyone off and offend anyone, so I'm sorry, Mandingos, if you really cheesed off and you think I'm trolling you and I've tricked you. It's just all a bit banter, guys, and I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I mean, that video was just a total one-off. Next week I'll be back to just normal wild camping up on a mountain or in a valley somewhere, having a few whiskies and a few beers and talking shite and doing a Wasky review. But the talking shite's never going to end. We're always going to have a laugh. So like I said, yeah, going back to the last video, stealth camping in someone's front garden. If me having a laugh and dressing up in wigs now and again and making funny stories up, because that's all it is, guys. It's just a bit banter. You know, and the camping's obviously real. I've got to walk up a mountain with a heavy rucksack on. I'm camping in all weathers, whether it's sunny, whether it's torrential rain. Obviously, that's all real. But the comedy side, it's just a bit banter. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit of a laugh. And if it's bugging you that much, if it's really cheesing you off, well, nobody's forcing you to watch. You legends know exactly what the Blot Outdoor Show is about. You know, it's just all a bit fun. It's this man Dingo just taking you along on my adventures. And if you enjoy it, that is fantastic. And if it's not for you anymore, well, there's nothing I can do. But I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. The channel at the minute is gaining between 2,000 to 3,000 new subscribers every month. So these new subscribers, thank you to all the new subscribers, by the way, and all you long-time legends. The new subscribers are subscribing because they like what they're seeing. So if there's a handful of people don't like it anymore, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. Why fix what's not broke, as they say in the doodying? And that is the end of me talking a load of shite. Like I say, guys, I don't want it to come off in a negative way. It's definitely not in a negative way, because I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because I love it. And you guys obviously enjoy it. If you tune in to watch my dodgy takeaway reviews on a Friday night, you must really enjoy the Blot Outdoor Show, and I love each and every one of you. Wasky time. You better believe it is. Kindly given to me from a lovely couple. You've heard me talk about them recently. James and Laura. They've given me a few bottles of Wasky, and this one is called Bimber Club. Can you say that there, guys? I'm not sure how well the light picks that up in the back of the Blotmobile. Bimber Club Distillery Single Malt London Whisky. Oh yes, you heard me right. London Whisky, guys. James and Laura are big whisky fans, and this is like a club you've got to join. And then they must pay like a monthly subscription to be in this whiskey club. I know they're in other whiskey clubs as well, and then they get sample bottles sent out every so often. A full-size bottle of this. I'm just watching some young'uns walking past. The one's walking, one's on his bike, and they're looking in the car at me, wondering what the hell I'm doing. Yes, back on with this. A full-size bottle of this. It'll set you back, I think, nearly £200. I might be mistaken, but I'm sure that's what it is. So I am very fortunate to have this little miniature sample bottle. Bimber Club. Oh, yes. Famous Cub Dingo. Is that the ready, my fan dingoes? And let's get that popped in there. Oh, yes. You know it makes sense. Rice cakes. Alrighty, guys. Let's save this one. Let's not rush it. We'll give that a swirl around. Try not spill it. A very expensive whisky. And let's get the old bakeroonie in. Quite sweet and oaky there, guys. But not overpowering. There's a fruity element to it. Let's give it one more swirl around. And there's a bit of like a bourbon whisky smell coming through. Did I say it? Did I say it? Our Ashley, while I say it. Did I say it, guys? It says on the side there, ex-bourbon casks. Not bourbon, bourbons. You better believe it. So yeah, I did get just a slight aroma of the bourbon there. Anyway, that's enough of the sniffing. Let's get on with the tasting. Lice. Oh, I wasn't expecting that, because the smell was quite light, and that took me back there, took me by surprise. A nice, spicy, peppery kick. I was just about to say, like orchard fruits, and then that peppery kick got us. But yeah, spicy, like a fruity orchard fruits type of taste. Let's have another sip of Rooney. Oh yeah, I'm getting used to that spice now. I just took us by surprise there, guys. But I love it when it's got a bit of a kick. Not harsh. You know, you can get some whiskies and they're just like pain stripper. They're horrible. And it goes down, it's just nasty shit. No, that's not what that is. That is absolutely beautiful. Just with a lovely peppery kick. The old, like a nice tingle on the old tongue dingo, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. That orchard fruit taste there, that's for sure. But also like oats. Like oats type, you know, like oats you'd have like for breakfast. Do you know what I mean? Oh, like a porridge, oats. Stir the porridge. Let's have another taste, guys. Yeah, you can taste a little bit bourbon. It's not a bourbon, mind. It's I nearly said Scotch whisky. But you know, like a Scotch whisky type of taste. But this is Bimber London whisky. So it's your normal whiskey taste, but with a slight little flavour of bourbon in there. Like a fruity orchard fruits type of thing. Definite some spices. I've got like an oats thing going on down the hatch, man dingoes. like a vanilla. Almost like a sweet vanilla. Oh, the taste's lasting really long in my mouth. You know, sometimes you get a strong whiskey taste straight away, but then after a few seconds, it just fades away. That's lasting ages, and it's warming right up in my gums, and I'm still getting like more flavours, like vanilla, sweet, like a cake or a pancake. Definitely like a sweet vanilla. And that's still inside me gum dingoes there, guys. Still nice and warm. That is absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal, guys. Right, time for the old score dingoes. Bimber Club Distillery, London Whiskey. And I have thoroughly enjoyed that. Nice little bit of a kick to it as well. I'm going to give that, pardonski, a massive, a ginormous, a humongous 9.5. Yes, guys, it's not very often I go that high, but I'm giving that a 9.5 out of 10 dingo mandingos. I would like to say I'm going to buy a full-size bottle of that for my collection, but for nearly £200, I think I'll give it a miss. I am just over the moon. I've got to try this, and I think there's a little Dregaroni in there. The old dregs of society. Well, guys, that's it. You know what I'm talking about. This is serious whiskey tasting. Almost the end of the video, guys. I am now going to say enjoy a few fans clips. Not many this week, guys. I understand you can't send them in all the time. But if you've got one, get it sent in. Whether it's through email, blotoutdoors@outlook.com, or private message me through Instagram with your fans clipperoonies for next Friday's video. I appreciate you sending them in, and I know you guys enjoy watching them. I always have a good laugh when I put them together. Absolutely fantastic. Sorry about us waffling on, guys, before we done the whiskey review about people's negative comments, but I like to use these Friday night videos as a way to connect with you loyal fans. I know we're not live or anything like that. You know, I've recorded this. Normally, I record these videos a day, sometimes 2 days before they go on YouTube. But it's a way for me to sit and chat with you, away from the camping world, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's enough of me waffling on. I think I've slathered on far too much. And I'm spitting out here as well there. Right, what have I got coming up next? Friday tonight as you're watching this. So please join me on Sunday night for another serious stealth camp. And join me on Wednesday for another wonderful wild camp. A wonderful Wednesday night wild camp. With no gimmicks this time, guys. No cardboard cutouts. It'll just be a normal wild camp up on the hills, getting smash burgered and talking shite. You better believe it will. That's it, Mandingos. Enjoy the fans clips. I love each and every one of yous. And I'll see you in the next one. Rice.
Oh, matron.
Hey, a big shout out to the main man Dingo, Chris Young, and the Blood Outdoors Show on YouTube. You know, it's the best stealth camping and wild camping channel out there. You better believe it is, Ricicles.
You know what makes sense, right? Oh, man! Yeah!
Hey, mate. Ah, yeah. So let you job on.
Go. Okay. Say right. Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, mate. Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Are you? Tell us your beak. Huh?
Tell us your jawbone. Jawbone.
And matrix, the glove of self-love.
Oh. 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 You know, it's my turtle sense my very nice.